caravan of approximately 3,000 migrants leaving Tapachula in southern Mexico is heading to the U.S. southern border. The group of migrants is made up of people from Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, Haiti, Costa Rica, Panama, Nepal, Afghanistan, and Central America, La Verdad reports. The migrants are hoping to make their way to the United States before President-elect Donald Trump takes office on January 20th. As the migrants make the trek, some say they're leaving their countries because where they're from is dangerous. They have no security or job opportunities to support their families. Cartel violence, high unemployment, and economic crises in South and Central America are driving more people toward the United States.
Immigration, a word that sparks fierce debates, powerful emotions, and divides opinions across the world.
Migration is a European challenge which must be met with a European solution, because that is the European way.
But what happens when people cross borders not with papers, but with hope? Today we're diving deep into the complex and often misunderstood world of illegal immigration. Who are illegal immigrants? Why do they make these dangerous journeys? And why are so many countries now pushing back? To truly understand this issue, we first need to know who these people are and why they're coming. Illegal immigrants are people, parents, workers, and dreamers who cross borders without the necessary paperwork. Some flee conflict and danger, others chase economic opportunity, and some, well, they're just trying to reunite with family. But crossing without permission creates challenges, not just for these people, but for the countries they enter. With hundreds of thousands taking this path each year, the impact on economies, societies, and even security is real and complex. For many, the economic impact is where the argument begins. On one hand, undocumented workers often fill low-wage jobs in agriculture, construction, and domestic work. They're doing jobs that citizens may not want or can't fill quickly. Supporters argue this boosts productivity, but critics, they see it differently. They say illegal immigration can drive down wages, increase job competition, and place extra strain on social services, especially in towns and cities already struggling with resources. And then there's the social side. Schools, hospitals, housing, these services are stretched thin in many communities. For those living in cities with a large influx of undocumented migrants, there can be a feeling of being overlooked, of their own needs being pushed aside. This pressure leads to rising tensions, as locals feel their resources, already limited, are shared with people who, technically, are there without permission. And it's not just about resources. There's a cultural impact too. Some worry that rapid change is altering the very fabric of their communities. Many governments are responding, enacting stricter policies, cracking down on borders, and increasing deportations.
I will end the illegal immigration crisis by closing our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built. On the wall, we were dealing with a very difficult Congress, and I said, oh, that's okay, we won't go to Congress. I call it an invasion. We gave our military almost $800 billion. I said, I'm going to take a little of that money because this is an invasion, and we built, most of the wall is already built, and we built it through using the funds, because what's better than that? We have to stop the invasion into our country that's killing hundreds of thousands of people a year. We're not going to let that happen. I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created, including the horrible war.
Why? Because they're under pressure to protect their own citizens' economic and social interests. Leaders argue that illegal immigration isn't just about jobs or healthcare, it's about security. With limited vetting, the fear is that criminals or traffickers might slip through, posing risks to public safety.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. This is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we have not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
But here's where the issue becomes even more complicated, balancing security with compassion. What about those who are fleeing war, persecution, or poverty? Is it fair to turn them away? Human rights advocates argue that closing borders to the vulnerable ignores the harsh realities that push people to migrate in the first place. It's not just a political issue, it's a human one. Illegal immigration is more than just a border issue. It's a global story of dreams, desperation, and division. Some people argue for tighter borders to protect jobs and security. Others urge compassion and open doors. But one thing is clear, finding a solution that respects both is one of the biggest challenges of our time. So what do you think? Can there be a balance between protection and compassion? Should countries focus on keeping people out or on helping people in? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this journey into one of the world's most pressing issues. Subscribe to Immigrant Paths for more stories that reveal the real impact of migration, the struggles, and the stories of those in search of a new life.